Hi, welcome to Vlogmas Day 4, which is here. Today I'm going to talk about cognitive dissonance, specifically for people who have avoidant personality disorder and how it manifests. And it's going to be a rough one, because that's what life with avoidant personality disorder can be. So again, cognitive disorder, I just went over this in a nutshell, is what you think is opposite to what factual information that you have. When you have avoidant personality disorder, can you see any of this? Here we go, back to the basics. Avoidant personality disorder, you have very low self-esteem, you have very low sense of worthiness in the world, etc. Bobby's here. He's around here somewhere. I'm surprised he hasn't come after one of these puzzles yet, because he really likes puzzles for some reason. Anyway, I am kind of avoiding talking this topic because it's one of these things. It bums people out when they hear about it, and that's not something that I really like doing, is bumming people out. Yeah, I'm weird. I've been going for the middle of the puzzle instead of the edges. It's kind of opposite of what you're supposed to do, although this one's more weird to me. Anyway, so back to the subject on hand, which is cognitive dissonance when you have avoidant personality disorder. So basically, I mean, again, I feel like I've talked about this or talked around this before. You just feel like that, there's this concept that everybody is worthy, on the basis of being born, we're worthy, and it's like, yeah, right, whatever, not me. I live in the United States, where we have the right to the pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness. I don't even remember. Isn't that terrible? Beat me up. It's because I'm on camera. I can't speak right. But seriously, I'm like, yeah, no, not me. Other people, yes, not me. And considering how I live my life, that is so very different from normal standards, that I'm traveling and all this other stuff all the time, or as often as I can, as a strategy to basically be able to function in the world. I know. It's weird. Like, who gives me the right? I don't have the right. I do it anyway. But do I think that I'm worthy? No. No, I don't. And again, I knew this one's going to be rough, but you asked for it. In a terrible way, you asked for it. This is actually a requested video. And these are clearly upside down. Anyway, so how it comes across is that, some people don't have the extreme, I am not also worthy as anybody else is, which, good on you if that's the case. Because that is my primary thing. That is what's been drilled into my head. That I have a function in the world, which is to do what X, Y, and Z person wants me to do, period. And if I'm not doing that, then I'm not, living my life the way I'm quote unquote supposed to. Any person who didn't have avoidant personality disorder would be like, yeah, no. No. But for me, I'm just like, okay, well, that's how it is. Okay. And I know a lot of other people that basically have the same exact reaction when something comes up like that. So the cognitive dissonance is, it might come across as like imposter syndrome type. No, I'm not as good as X, Y, and Z, and I never will be, and I shouldn't even try to do X, Y, or Z because I'm not good enough to do X, Y, or Z, even though you've done all the work that you would need to be able to do it. Still, no, not me. I knew somebody who had a business and did not actually, go to school to become a business person, and that seriously made it all the more impressive. And yet, well, no, I would never acknowledge that there was anything decent about getting that particular work done, because the dissonance says, well, I didn't do things in this X, Y, and Z precise way. This is definitely upside down. I should, that doesn't even go there. I'm being all cocky. But it is upside down. That's real. That's what people go through. They just believe wholeheartedly that they're not worthy of anything. Like all these relationships. You look at people who just, you're like, how the heck did you find somebody to like you? You see it all the time. I'm sorry, I know. I think that people who have avoidant, this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I think that people who have avoidant personality disorder are actually super judgmental of other people, not because they're malicious, but because you gotta be kidding. I'm not good enough for X, Y, and Z, but that person is the way they think. And if you don't agree with that, I'm sorry that I'm saying this a terrible thing that you hate, but I think it's accurate. The heck does this one go? Oh, probably here. No, I don't know. Is this why I do the outside ones first? The inside one first, yeah. I feel like I'm putting myself in a box, a terrible box. I'm saying terrible things, and I'm going to get judged by them. Because I probably will be. And also because I have avoidant personality disorder. And yeah, that's life with this condition. Especially when you say stupid things that you kind of deserve to get roasted for. But again, there we go. Perfect example of what I am talking about. It goes there. And there's one more piece on the bottom somewhere. Just not, oh, maybe it's this one. Nope. I'll sort it out. Maybe that goes up there. I don't know. These puzzle pieces are too close. It is actually really hard for me to talk about this because it's actually going through my head while I'm talking about it, that what I'm saying, of course, it's complete mad. There's no way. It's inaccurate. It's not true. These are wrong. So this is wrong. No, this is good. I'm doing like all these things wrong. Bingo. I understand that what I'm saying is complete hokey garbage. And it's also, in my mind, exactly the truth. That doesn't go there. Here. Those are called false fits, by the way. And you'd think I wouldn't fall for them all the time, but I do. I think that would go there. Is this one not right? Huh. There we go. Yeah, that's what it is you think you're totally unworthy and you don't have the same rights of other people. And I've heard that the cognitive distortion that people with avoidant personality disorder have, as far as they're functioning as a human being even, is so extreme that it could be called a delusion, which is pretty harsh, but also, I mean, that could be true. Oh, this is starting to go together now. See, let me not talk about what I'm trying to talk about so that I don't have to talk about it, because it's difficult. This topic has been requested for quite a while. But it's really hard to even think about it. I mean, I've described it as breaking your brain. Oh, that one's wrong. How do I not see that that's wrong? That's the thing. Like, obviously that one was wrong. Because I think they're all obviously wrong, aren't they? What have I done? Completely obviously wrong. Not right. And then that one. Where's the other one I put? It's different, right? Okay. I'm so bad at this. But yeah, I mean, because they are very specific to people who have avoidant personality disorder, that they think I'm not worthy of what everybody else in the world is. And instead of coming across, obvious places where you should be, considered you know, at least eligible for some part of your life, and you just don't. You cannot believe that. It's just wrong. It's absolutely asinine to even consider it. You know, obviously, oh my goodness, is there another missing piece? You know, I have one job here. It's to get these pieces. It's definitely not in the bag. It's not underneath it. I have no idea. I found the other one. Maybe it's not there. I don't know. The A's really, I mean, I feel like I'm just being bad at the job of talking about these things. This in particular, it's so difficult for me to talk about because I'm talking about myself. And so for me to say, well, you know, this is cognitive dissonance and it's wrong and it's inaccurate. I mean, the world is not in any way, shape, logical or normal or acceptable because of this. And that's how extreme it is. It's so disturbing. It's so disturbing to even think, you know, there are certain images that are supposed to be like these terrible images. You can't look at them. They'll like break your brain. That's what it's like to really think about this not being worthy of the stuff that everybody else is. And everybody else, you get, you know, they get chances to improve their lives and make better choices. And, you know, like our jail systems are all about you do X, Y, and Z, but you can make a better choice. You know, we'll give you some time to think about it, but which is supposedly what jail time is supposed to be. Make a better choice when you get out. I mean, they let people who do horrible, disgusting things rehab people. You know, the cognitive dissonance of, say, you know, the big buzzword lately is narcissistic people. Is they think that they are worthy of so much more than they actually are on standard, and they think they're so much better than they actually are on standard. And yes, they also think terrible things about themselves, but, you know, that, you know, people on the outside of it think, okay, yeah, that's a little extreme. Don't really like that, but that's about it. They don't think, it doesn't break your brain to the extent that it does with people who have cognitive dissonance about the avoidant personality disorder. Because you know there are people out there who are just not good people. Just not good people. Who can have all the things, nope, it's not under there. Have all the things in their life that you can't have. And that it's not really like you're just holding yourself back. But on the other hand, obviously, this is all in our minds. No person is really different than anybody else. You know, maybe you're going to explore and exploit your talents, but everybody has some sort of talent of some sort. You know, so some people really do, you know, take their bits and pieces and really push them to the limit and really do well. But on average, you know, if you really did take everybody and put them in a row, in a line, there's always going to be people that are just much less nice in all shapes and sizes. I don't mean physically, I mean like how they interact with people. Just in every aspect, there's somebody that's going to be, have a less positive set of attributes than somebody with avoidant personality disorder. And still, we think that we are unworthy when everybody else is. And it's that, that's it in a nutshell. There it is. And you'll push against it, push against it, push against it. Neither all of a sudden just spring right back, or, and I think it's even worse, you think about, the reality and come up with a counter argument to keep you in your sort of middle lane of where you are, and you just stay where you are. It doesn't matter how much work you do. That's why cognitive behavioral therapy doesn't work for somebody with avoidant personality disorder, because you do one or the other. Either you get so far and just spring right back, or worse, you come up with a counter argument for every positive thing and actually end up feeling much worse, because of course you focus on the negative rather than the positives. Anyway, I feel like I'm not really saying much, or else I'm saying too much and not going into detail. So I'll stop this, and tomorrow, even though right now I really feel like, because I've been thinking about it, oh, impossible, absolutely impossible, tomorrow I'll try to come up with some sort of things that you can do, at least what traditionally you're supposed to do. I don't know how well it'll work for people with cognitive dissonance, and how to recognize it and counteract it in a way that's, at least you can accept it, that there's this paradox of the two things going on, the reality and what your mind thinks, and just say, okay, I give, all right, and instead of being caught up in it. Anyway, goodbye.